Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. And today, I'm just here to say congratulations to one of the most notorious drug kingpins to ever do it. Now let's welcome him home. I need my subscribers to help me say welcome home to Guy Thomas Fisher, aka Guy Fisher. Or should I say Dr. Fisher? And I'll get into that a little later. Now, after serving 46 years in prison, he was released yesterday, October 28, 2020, out of federal custody on a medical pardon after being convicted of RICO violations such as racketeering, drug trafficking, and murder conspiracy in 1984. God damn it. Now, originally, he was given life without possibility of parole. In a generation where no one stands tall, we definitely have to commend this guy and show him some love, as well as all these rappers that put his name in the bar too every here and there. It's only right. Now I seen Cam, I seen Jim Jones, I seen Vado, I seen I forgot this guy's name, he's from Brooklyn, but on Instagram they all show their respects, show their love. That's what's up. Now when it comes to everything, Guy Fisher is probably the least talked about when mentioned about the streets, but probably made the most money. No cap. Now before your outpost, Rich Porter, AZ, I ain't gonna lie, it was Fisher. Do your homework, alright? Now, a little backstory for you youngers that don't know who he is. Guy Thomas Fisher was born on July 21st, 1974 in the Bronx, New York, and is currently 73 years old. He had control over the drug trade in Harlem from 1972 to 1983. Now, he was a part of the crime organization, the Council, which also included Nicky Barnes, who later snitched on him. Crazy. Now, before the money came through, he had humble beginnings, as he would sell jeans out of his car. Now, it's safe to say he literally got it out the mud. Alright? Guy Fisher was the first and only black person to buy the famous Apollo Theater in 1977 in Harlem on 125. Alright? Now, at that time, it was unheard of and even looked at as impossible, especially being black. So for a little street drug dealer from the Bronx to do it, that was big. Guy Fisher was very charismatic, and during his run at the Apollo, it attracted the likes of many celebs, even including Stevie Wonder. Now remember, this is a street hustler we're talking about. We're not talking about your favorite athlete. We're not talking about your favorite actor or musician. Now, witnesses will say, when he had the Apollo, there was endless amounts of minks, limousines, tailor suits, celebrities, and just money around. And that's just the kind of crowd that Fisher attracted. Now, it was even reported that the infamous story everyone loved to talk about when it came to Fisher is that one time at 2 in the morning, Guy Fisher was speeding through Harlem. He ends up getting stopped by the police. In the midst of him getting stopped, police searched the car and found $1 million cash in his car. Now listen, you may think that that's not a lot of money given the cost of living these days. But you gotta remember, think about the times that we was talking about back then. Having $1 million in physical cash was a lot of money. So you just think about that. So, of course, most of these street folklore stories always come with an unfortunate ending. Some say Guy Fisher was so smart and militant that had Nicky Barnes never told on him, that he wouldn't even got caught. But that wasn't the case here. After Nicky Barnes was sentenced to life in prison without possibility of parole on January 19, 1978, 11 months after receiving the sentence, he would make a devastating phone call to federal prosecutors and agree to be an informant in their case against Guy Fisher and the rest of them. He then gave a list of 109 names, with 5 of them being a part of his former crew, including Guy Fisher, Nicky's girl at the time, and some council members. And he also helped 44 other traffickers get indicted as well on top of that. God damn. Now, his reasons for telling on him was that while he was locked up, the council members didn't maintain his assets, they stopped paying his attorney fees, and they was having sex with his then girlfriend. Now, that don't sound familiar to y'all? Nicky Barnes was 6'9" before there was a 6'9". Alright? Now, all jokes aside, listen, I tell people, when you indulge in the streets, there's absolutely no excuse for telling. Alright? I don't care what you say. If they killed your mother, had sex with your sister, whatever, you handle it accordingly. And how you do that? According to the streets. And if you are not willing to do jail time or die, because those are the two biggest outcomes of the streets most of the time, then just stay out the streets. It's that simple. Getting legit money is gangster. Providing for your family is gangster. You don't have to go on the streets if you don't necessarily have to. Let that be a lesson for most of you young guys that think that that's the path you want to take. Not to mention, money means nothing. Because even though Nicky Barnes was a snitch, they said he had real money back in them days. Him and his council crew was making real money. They had the best of cars, best of women, took trips on private jets, the whole 9 yards. But look what the outcome was. Alright, so like I said, as glamorous as it may look, I can't tell you what to do, so I'm not going to sit here and preach to y'all at all. You can see it for yourself through these stories that I cover. The end result. But I'm going to tell you this. If you decide you want to play in them streets, then by all means. But don't assassinate someone else just so you can walk off scot-free knowing you played a part in it too. It's selfish. It's unfair. It's sinister. It's cornball. It's every degrading name that you could think that you could give somebody. And let me tell you this, it's funny because the mayor at the time, Rudy Giuliani, helped return his sentence from a life sentence to, I think he had to only serve 35 years. But it may be a break to some of y'all, opposed to having life in jail, but understand this, 35 years is still a long time. He was better off just standing tall like a man. Either way, maybe he would have got pardoned for whatever reason. Who knows? But anyway, Barnes was released in the witness protection program in 1998, and he also changed his name. Some people say he died in 2012, but no one officially found out until 2019 because of his name change. And some people say that's false. He just simply died in 2019. However you cut it, seems to me that he's gone. Now, before I end this video, I forgot to even mention that Guy Fisher was also featured on TV explaining his side of the story and how he felt about Nicky Barnes snitching on him on the famous segment 60 Minutes. That's crazy. First street dude that I know that was on 60 Minutes before. Alright, now I guess you could say he caught a break because like I said earlier, Dr. Fisher was released on October 28th of this year. Some of y'all wonder why I call him Dr. Fisher. And it's because during his incarceration, he written a few novels and screenplays and also received his master's and PhD in sociology. So these days, you could address him as Dr. Fisher. Now, I wish him the best of luck on his return to society because it definitely won't be easy adjusting after 46 years. Can you imagine? Man, 46 years? Could you imagine? Some people are already jamming in their head at that point that they just gonna die in jail. It's crazy, man. Stay out them streets, y'all. Now, if you found this video helpful or informative, don't forget to smash that like button. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time I drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep watching, I'm gonna keep dropping. And I'm out.